I'm not at SmackDown this week. I am, in fact...
What's going on, YouTube? It's NC, the place to be. Chill Train, Mr. A&E back to give you guys a SmackDown Friday Night SmackDown review with a full house tonight, because also on this review is joining me. It's not Deion Sanders for prime time.
Yo.
And the man, the myth, the reality, the revolutionary. I miss this man on wrestling reviews. Q Flow the Rookie.
What's good, Oos?
Okay. So... it seems like since WWE wanted to go big on draft night, I said, well, we might as well go big on the review as well. So this is night one of the 2-night event of the draft. Obviously, we're going to shake things up. We're going to bring some people to Raw Smackdown, and there's going to be some NXT call-ups as well, which I should have seen the writing on the wall. So let's just get right on into it. I guess how WWE handled this, because every time there's a draft, we start off. Now, I was sitting there thinking to myself, I was like, every time they do a draft, Raw goes first. Raw gets the most picks because Raw's a 3-hour show. Now, I thought about it. I said, Raw ain't going first, because there's no way Roman don't get picked first. No way. And if Raw goes first, it has to be Roman. You're not picking...
Wait. They actually pick people like... So they didn't just come out this time. They actually came out on the podium.
Yes. And they had to... I mean, well, that's how you do it every year.
No, they don't.
Stephanie comes out to the podium.
Nah, they go to a podium.
Nah, last year, every time they shake up stuff, they just come out. Like, whoever just come out.
They did not do that last year.
Nights.
They did not. Look at it last year. They did not do it. Stephanie McMahon comes out jolly as fucking ever.
Stephanie McMahon has not been on TV in like 2 years.
I'm saying, no, not last year. Okay, I'll probably say the year before that. Because last year, we was in a pandemic last year. We were still in a pandemic, actually, but we didn't have no fans last year.
A draft. They've done shake-ups.
I'm prime. In 2019, look, I'm telling you, look
Am
back
I tripping? Okay, I'm probably tripping.
Look back at it. Look back, because it's been Stephanie, ever since 2016. When they start doing the draft again and shaking the stuff up, I'm telling you, Stephanie come out to the podium and they will pick Raw, because Raw had 3 hours and SmackDown had 2 hours. It'd be Raw gets picked 1, 3, and 5, and SmackDown gets picked 2 and 4. And they always come out to the podium and say the names.
The only reason I'm thinking that they didn't, only reason is just me, because I remember when Shinsuke came out, he just came out. And I was on a draft night. Kevin Owens came out on a different brand. Like, people were just coming out on different brands. And it was like, oh, I guess he's on SmackDown now. So that's why. I don't know where that was from. I don't know what that's a draft, or I don't know what that is.
That sounds like after Mania show.
I don't know if it was after Mania show. I don't know if it was a thing where it was the lower rounds. They were coming out for a match. I'm not sure. But the podium thing has always been a thing. So this year, they had Adam Pearce and Sonya Deville come out and do the whole podium thing. But now I was like, Roman ain't going to Raw, so that means we're going to cut the whole Raw get an extra pick thing. So they did, because SmackDown had the first pick.
Okay, wait, real quick. Yeah. I do remember the one from 2018. The one from 2018 is when they had the robots drafted.
The robots?
Huh?
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Okay.
SmackDown had the Fox robot drafted because they had the Office people. It wasn't Stephanie.
That's right. When they had the fake USA and the fake Fox people in the back.
Yes.
You're going over. Okay, I do remember.
Oh yeah,
that was dumb.
Yeah, I remember now. They was acting like they just hit the stock market or something.
Yeah, they had drafted like R-Truth.
I was just like, yeah, that and the USA was like slapping their papers on the table because R-Truth went to smack. Like, are you serious? Yeah, I remember that. I remember that now. But so the first pick, obviously for SmackDown, is Roman Reigns. Then Raw gets their next pick. It's Big E. SmackDown's next pick is Charlotte Flair, the Raw Women's Champion. So we know where Becky's going. And Raw's next pick is Bianca Belair. So right now we have Roman and Charlotte SmackDown, Big E and Bianca on Raw. So Roman comes out, and then I did like this line. He says, "Y'all seen the back of the T-shirt? It says we the ones." So he drafted number 1, which means I'm the best. So Baltimore, acknowledge me.
And they sure did.
They did. Paul Heyman tells everybody that Roman Reigns, his tribal chief, will beat the Beast Brock Lesnar at Crown Jewel. But then Brock Lesnar's music comes on. Brock Lesnar come out there in the flannel, looking all intimidating. Everything comes out there, and Roman just looking like, yo, why is he here? Why is he on my show? So Roman start going after him, but then Brock take him to Suplex City early, and then here come the Usos coming out there to get their ass suplex. Roman trying to go back into the ring, but then Brock stand him down. Then he gives both of them an F5. So he take out the bloodline, the Usos, whatever you want to call them. He take them out, and then Roman goes on to the back. So how'd you like the opening segment, Q-Flow?
I mean, I thought it was cool. Part of me didn't expect to see Brock. So that was a surprise, only because it's like
because they didn't announce him before, like they do every show that he's on.
I know, because they damn sure make sure they announced Goldberg for Monday. I'm like, oh, here we go. So that's how we know Bobby gonna go back to Raw, because Goldberg gonna be there.
Well, no, but I mean, see, that's the thing though, because the draft, like all this, don't take effect until after Crown Jewel, so Bobby can come to SmackDown. They could. That's what I'm saying. They were saying I heard them in the middle of the show like they won't be here until 3 weeks until the draft. All the
why not do it till then?
Yeah, that's what I was. And so that's what I was saying, and that's why I was texting y'all what I was texting y'all, because I'm sitting here and I'm like, this doesn't make any sense. But then they said what they said, and I'm like, okay, y'all could have just did it after Crown Jewel. Nobody's leaving until after Crown Jewel. So Bobby can come to SmackDown. Him and Goldberg can finish up what they got to do. Because, I was about to jump ahead. Because somebody's going to Raw, and he got some unfinished business over here at SmackDown.
I'll be honest with you. It's probably ahead. Even though he's the champion, I don't know if I would have picked him first. I'm just saying.
Who, Big E?
Yes.
I'm about to say, I know you talking about Roman. He's just talking Big E.
Talking about Big E.
But yeah, so
Big
no,
E's
but
great.
like. They could finish. They could squash out whatever they gotta do to squash out, and then after Crown Jewel, everybody going to where they gotta go.
Yeah, I feel you. I didn't hear that until now, but I do feel you prime time on that one. If Bobby had kept the championship, it would have felt more like a number 1 pick for Raw. But that's neither here nor there. Happy Corbin versus Kevin Owens, because obviously him and Madcap Moss have been getting the best of Kevin Owens. Happy Corbin hits a end of days on the outside of Kevin Owens, and then rolls him in there. Hits a end of days, or as Coach says, happy days. I'm like, that's
stupid. Days are here again.
That's dumb. But he picked Kevin Owens again. So Happy Corbin was there. I ain't like Corbin then. I don't like Corbin now, and I will not like Corbin forever. So there you have it.
Vince likes him some too bad.
Huh?
Vince likes him some too bad.
Yeah, he really do. Round 2 of the draft now. SmackDown selects Drew McIntyre. Raw selects RK Bro. SmackDown selects the New Day with Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston. So we're breaking them up from Big E again. And then Raw selects Edge. So
that's why. And then it was around that time when it was like all this is taking effect in 3 weeks, and they kept mentioning Crown Jewel being in 3 weeks. I'm saying like, yo, Edge has things to do over here. But
yeah, well, I still think Seth may be going to Raw, but Drew McIntyre came out on Big E, and I was just like, well, that meant nothing, because
meant nothing.
He's on SmackDown now, so I don't know how that's going to work out. Even if it starts in 3 weeks, that means he's going to lose, because why would he win a championship and still come over here on SmackDown? We got 2 championships.
Even before that, he literally had a 3-match feud to say, I'm not challenging for this belt again. Literally like a few months ago. Had 3 matches in a row. Said, if I lose all these, I'm not challenging for the belt.
No, the stipulation was if he loses, he cannot challenge for the championship as long as Bobby Lashley is the champion.
Oh, so let's see the champion next week. All right, I want that.
So then Bobby Lashley's not the champion no more, so he can go after the championship now.
That's funny.
It's kind of like because Cody doing the same thing. Remember, Cody can't go after the championship right now in AEW until like I don't know when.
He said never.
You know they ain't gonna
and we
last.
know that's a lie. Okay, exactly.
I'm about to say, you know that's not. You know they ain't gonna last. So I was like, okay, but right now I was like, Drew need to come to SmackDown anyway. I was like, I like to see Drew in the bloodline. I know they want to see Drew and Roman Reigns hit it off again because they did had a decent matchup. So Edge comes out. He cuts a good promo saying that. This is why I wish Primetime was watching the show because he didn't respond back to me because he would have definitely understood what I was saying. Edge came out and he was saying, "Look, I'm probably the only person on this roster that was here during the very first SmackDown." And he said, SmackDown's like my home, but I'm going to Raw, which is new opportunities and new matches, fresh to everything. He said, but back to Seth Rollins, he said, I'm not 100%, and you know that, but you know what? I'm still going to accept the challenge anyway because I'm on the road to 100%. So Seth Rollins comes up on the screen and says, Edge, you're not really saying the things I want you to say. You're not saying you're retiring or I'm not Edge light or you're accepting my challenge. And he said, but see, the thing is, you're at SmackDown tonight, and I'm not. And then they zoomed out, and he's at Edge's home. And then he said,
I wonder how he climbed up that mountain.
I know. He says, and then he opens the door. He's like, oh my God, Edge, your door's open. And then he says, for somebody who lives in the middle of nowhere, you will really should have your doors locked. So Edge runs to the back. We see Seth Rollins. When I say the Kid Rock jacket from Woodstock '99 Proud Time, that's what he was wearing. That big ass over white coat with some black trim on it, and he took it off, and he had like this splattered gold blazer. Dead serious. There was so much going on with some purple pants and some smoker shoes.
It sound like Marlon Jackson in 2021.
Bro, I'm telling you right now, if he was black, I would have called him Kazam. I'm dead serious.
Kazam.
If he was black, I would have called him Kazam. He goes to the house and he's
all in the fridge.
All the fridge. He picks out an apple and an orange juice. Yo, it was funny how you heard the whole crowd was just like, ugh! When he drunk the orange juice because we're in the COVID era. You can come to somebody's house and drink the orange juice and eat the apple. And he just goes and he's just kicking his feet all over everything. So they come back and Edge is calling Beth Phoenix. He's just like, Beth, don't go back home. Edge is home. He said, go to your brother's house. I don't care about the groceries. Go to your brother's house. You stay there until I tell you, because he said I'm calling Daniel and David because Seth Rollins at the house. Pat McAfee had the line of the night. He said, Edge, why the hell are you calling Daniel and David? Why don't you call the police? There's a trespasser in your house.
Yo, Pat McAfee.
Pat McAfee had me dying.
Well, I got two things to say to this.
Yeah. What you say, bro?
You don't think Beth Phoenix can take Seth Rollins?
Beth Phoenix will go in there and sell the shit out of a curb stop, okay?
I'm just saying. And then other than that, I think I think that's FTR, by the way.
What?
Daniel and the other guy.
Daniel and David.
Daniel and David.
Yeah.
That's the Revival. Really?
I think that's their real names.
It could be because I know that they helped Edge get back into shape, so it's a possibility. But
they're the only ones that live in North Carolina, next to nobody.
Next to nobody. I'm just like, there's no. Somebody had. He was like, for somebody who lives in the middle of nowhere, you really should probably have your doors locked. And I was just like, yo, Edge house is really like in the middle of nothing. I'm like, it probably got to take them kids out to get to school.
Really, literally, he has a hill or something, a mountain, right in his driveway with him and Kristen almost died. That's how rough it is.
That's not funny, but it's just like, why? I'm sorry, I understand you got the money, you want to be peaceful, but I ain't trying to live with nobody around. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
I'm
I
sorry,
mean,
but
they got kids. So.
but when Pat McAfee said, "Why you call it Dale David? Call the police. You have a trespasser in your house." I was like, Pat McAfee, you a real one for that. Carmella takes on Liv Morgan. Carmella doesn't want nobody hitting her face. She puts a face covering on, makes her look stupid, and she beats Liv Morgan. I was like, so why was that here? It only lasted like 2 minutes.
But she fought Liv Morgan again?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
So
they need to put like that. They need to go away from each other.
Round 3 of the draft. So SmackDown picks Happy Corbin and Madcap Moss. They're staying on SmackDown. Raw selects the Raw Women's Tag Team Champions, Rhea and Nikki.
Whoa.
I agree. Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying they are not the Raw Women's Champions. They're just the Women's Champions.
I'm aware. That's what I was saying. I agree with you. Why y'all selecting them to Raw when they supposed to be on both shows? But I guess when they lose the belts, they're going to stay on Raw.
But
I'm about to say, why were they in the draft? They got to... Okay.
We'll do it after the fact.
Then SmackDown's getting Hit Row, and I crumbled.
R.I.P. to that team.
I said, I crumbled because Hit Row was good. Hit Row was great. I just see how Papa Triple H was so proud in the back taking pictures with him when they first debuted and Swerve won the North American Championship, and he had his hands like, I'm going to make.
Not defended.
What'd you say?
He has not ever defended the belt.
Exactly. And Triple H was like, look, at this time, he was like, they got the Bloodline on SmackDown, they got New Day, they got Hurt Business, but NXT gonna have Hit Row. And he was taking his time with Hit Row. That's why everybody loved Hit Row, because they was heels they naturally just went to baby faces. And everybody was saying, keep them away from the main roster. They put them in a whole decent storyline. This is the best storyline Legado del Fantasma had, period. And they was working them up and out. And I actually went on to prediction saying, put them in a War Games match with them and Legado del Fantasma. Y'all got the woman to, be there to combat B-Fab. And after seeing the couple B-Fab matches, I was like, she needs to stay in NXT. She is green, and they both are green, but she needs some work, And I mean,
she is money green, sir. Like, God.
Yeah, like she needs some work.
I was watching that. Yeah.
And I was like, Swerve got it, Ashanti got it. I think Top Dollar can use some more work, but definitely B-Fab. And then y'all go bring her to the main roster. I just said, why? Why would y'all do that? That makes no sense at all. I'm just like, okay, I actually want to get some NXT talent up there, but I'm like, Hit Row was not the... Let them and Legado del Fantasma finish out their rivalry at least. So that means Swerve going to defend the belt the first time and then just drop the shit because they going to move up. And who even knows? They may draft Legado del Fantasma to Raw, but that'll be stupid because they'll just have to come out with a fucking piñata. They did the same thing at the Lucha House Party. And I was like, why would they do that? That upset me because I was just like, man.
At least if they go to Raw, they'll be able to work with Ray,
Yeah, so we can only hope. And Raw gets Keith Bearcat Lee.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if you guys touched on it, but I like the singlet. With the claw.
You like the singlet with the claw? He don't need a singlet.
I don't think you've seen the full thing. It's not a singlet.
What you mean?
It's he wears gym shorts.
Wait, what?
The whole Keith Bearcat Lee uniform just sucks. I'm like, just go back to wearing the wrestling tight trunks, and that's it. And you can put your elbow pads or something like that, but this whole Bearcat going across the Kevin Owens ball shorts and the whole singlet and stuff, I'm just like, it's gonna take a minute to get used to. It's gonna take a minute to get used to because they're not gonna. Okay. 8-man tag team match: The New Day and the Street Profits take on the Dirty Dogs and Alpha Academy. So I was coming home from work, so I missed who won the match. I'm guessing the Faces won this matchup.
The Faces did, but man, Chad Gable, like, they gotta get him out of these these things, man.
Because he's too damn good.
He's such a good wrestler, man.
I believe it. Well, I don't
I
believe it. I know
him,
it.
I don't like I want to see a singles match like him and like Boogs is like his gimmick is silly, but the man can wrestle. Like if they could put on a legit wrestling match, like just get these athletes out of here, man. Like
yes, I agree because sometimes you just see them just wallowing away, and I'm like, God, they had the potential. They could be doing so much else, and I'm like, why is Chad Gable had to be relicule to another tag team? If it wasn't American Alpha, it don't need to be anything because Otis is a tag team guy, but you should never took away Heavy Machinery.
mm-hmm.
You didn't need to, but y'all did this whole look, which just makes him look ugh. He looks so dated. He looks like 80s with that that whole thing going on. So round 4,
he looked like an 80s movie villain, a movie bully.
Yeah.
Round
4,
like Buford.
Buford or like Phyllis Bewley you talking about?
No, his name should be like Buford.
Oh, Buford. Oh. Or like he about to take on Thunder Lips in the Karate Kid. High Noon. Round 4, we get SmackDown is getting Naomi because Sonya Deville was reluctant to say that.
I say you got to throw the shade behind that.
Raw is getting the Mysterios.
I'll be honest with you, that's a high pick for somebody that they don't want to use on the show.
They're gonna use. They building it up.
No, I was saying I know they're building it up, but like in kayfabe, she asks for a match every week, but they never give it to her. But she's a high pick. That's funny.
Yeah, it was pretty high. SmackDown gets Jeff Hardy, and Raw gets Austin Theory.
One of y'all called that.
What, going to Austin Theory?
No, Jeff Hardy coming over.
I said Jeff Hardy's going to SmackDown. I said he got to get it from Raw. He's probably going to go to SmackDown and finish out his one last run if he got one left on SmackDown. Go back to SmackDown and call it a day. He trying to wait until that contract over so he can go. Yeah, but I mean, but seriously, I don't know how much of runs he got left. So he could probably go to AEW.
I think he got one last run to win the title with his brother.
He still got his knees.
Well, yeah, he do got his knees. Man,
he don't got his back though.
That don't Matt don't got no knees. Man, Hardy ain't got no knees.
He got none.
You need to turn that into a t-shirt. He ain't got no knees.
Back Hardy got no knees, man. It's bothering me. He ain't starting to have no edges neither. Jeff Hardy's backstage about to get an interview. I think by your girl Kayla Braxton, and or you call her Kayla COVID, and all of a sudden he just looks up and then there go Brock, and Jeff's like, "Oh, bro, you got
lumberjack flannel."
Yeah, he said, "I'm sorry, we live." He said, "This boss says I do apologize." This boss for a minute.
Wait a minute. That's what Jeff Hardy said?
That's what Brock Lesnar said.
He said, "I'm sorry. I apologize."
Yeah.
No, he didn't say I apologize, but he just said, "Are we live right now?" He said, I wanted to say something, so if you excuse me." And then pushed out the way.
Okay.
And went to the camera and said, "I want everybody out there to know that thanks to Paul Heyman, that Brock Lesnar."
No. Thanks to my good friend.
Oh,
Paul
thanks
Heyman.
to my good friend
that's
Paul
important.
Heyman, I am a free agent. So that means that Brock Lesnar can do whatever he wants to do whenever he wants to do it. So
what does that mean?
I know
he's
can
on both shows.
He'll on both shows.
I know he's on both shows, but what is that like? What did Paul have to do with?
Well, shit. If I lose the Universal Championship to Roman, I go over and take it from Big E. In other words, I'm reading between the lines saying you're going to get your Bobby and your Lashley and your Lesnar match.
But that's not what Prime's asking.
No, that's what I'm saying, Prime. Yeah, that's not. We're about to get there. So.
Okay. Roman is backstage and he's heated. And then Paul Heyman is doing all the stuttering. My chop, and he just says,
"I'm your wise man."
He says, "Are my cousins drafted to SmackDown?" and he started all over the place, and then he was getting real angry because I missed the last line he said, but he wants to make sure that the Usos.
So all right.
I know you said
So
the bloodline.
Yeah. I got you. I'm the real wise man of the group. I don't know what Paul just did because he used to know how to talk. But anyway, so what happened was he was saying, make sure my cousins get on SmackDown. Like, make sure they stay here on SmackDown and whatever. And then he told the Usos, go with him, and if y'all aren't drafted, leave him there to die.
Damn.
That's it. That is the words of the Big Oos.
That's the words. That's where
him there to die.
So is he still doing both people? Like he has no allegiance or what?
Who, Paul?
Yeah.
No, because he cut a promo. He cut a promo saying like, because he was saying Roman was the exorcist during the demon, and when he faces Brock, he's going to be the suplexorcist.
He did say that,
and that was in the beginning of SmackDown. I forgot about that part. And so he was saying like he was rooting for Roman, but he still does the Brock Lesnar whenever he brings his name up. So it's kind of weird. But he was rooting for Roman. He's saying like Roman's going to win.
I'm curious, as I said, curious to see where it's going to go because now you don't know which side Paul Heyman's allegiance is going to lie to. Because what it seems like one side he's side with Roman, then the other side he's still kind of got like he's helping Brock out.
Kind of, yeah. I still want to know like the phone call last week. Why didn't they touch on that?
Yeah, I don't know because I really don't know what's going to happen with them on Crown Jewel neither.
Yeah.
Speaking of Crown Jewel, triple threat match for the Raw Women's Championship. Becky Lynch taking on Sasha, taking on Bianca Belair.
That is a horrible decision.
Well, I mean, we know Bianca ain't winning.
Or is this horrible because you're having a woman wrestle in Saudi Arabia?
Yes.
That's what
Oh crap! Yo, you know what's crazy? I forgot about that. The booking is so confusing.
Because they don't say what Crown Jewel is.
Yeah, it's in Saudi Arabia. I'm just like, I don't know how over. I mean, I think Saudi Arabia gives them like one women's match now, but I ain't trying to have Bianca Belair all covered up. You know what I'm saying?
Not even that. It's like,
but that's the thing too. Like, she's not gonna be able to use her hair, right?
Yeah, you're right.
Stupid.
I think the whole Crown Jewel thing is stupid. Especially,
I mean, I know.
I'm not look, and I can't. I'm not going to get me on this podcast, this review, talking about their practices or whatever the case may be. But ever since the thing last year of them being held up, I'm done with Crown Jewel, or done with Saudi Arabia. So,
yeah.
Main event time: Bianca Belair taking on Sasha Banks. Becky Lynch is out there. She's sitting by ringside. They had a pretty good matchup. It's kind of reminiscent of WrestleMania, but obviously it's like y'all just doing it now. There's no championship. Becky's there.
Mm-hmm.
We got the Crown Jewel match. We don't know what's necessarily going to happen.
Charlotte's there too.
Huh?
Charlotte's there too.
Yeah, well, she wasn't out there during the match though. Not until after the match.
Oh, okay.
So, Sasha tries to go slide to the outside and powerbomb Bianca on the floor, but Bianca does like a backflip out of it, which is kind of cool. But she kind of stumbles into Becky, and she starts arguing with Becky, and then she takes Sasha down, rolls her back into the ring. As she's going into the ring, her hair is still like outside the ring that she's getting in, and Becky just comes in there and just holds down her hair, which is making her not get stuck. So then, after she rips her hair back, Sasha rolls her up and wins the matchup. So Sasha wins, and then Bianca Belair gets screwed. And then here comes Charlotte, and Charlotte just big boot everybody. Big boot everybody, take everybody, hold the championship. Like, yeah, honor all women's champion. She's gonna be her and Becky gonna probably exchange belts because Becky's definitely gonna be getting drafted over to Raw. So, And it's kind of obvious also. I was like, that whole Roman Reigns and Uso stuff would have been cool. It would have been even a better storyline.
By the way, now that I think about it, we don't know for sure. I mean, they do have a triple threat. What if Bianca wins?
That is
a
good point too.
Yeah, that's a good point.
But my biggest thing was, first of all, it's like the whole Usos getting drafted thing. That would have been great if they didn't draft RK Bro.
Yeah, plus they are the champs. They should be the first or second
Exactly.
team.
So if you draft the Raw Tag Team Champions, you're not going to draft the SmackDown Tag Team Champions as well. So if they didn't draft any Tag Team Champions tonight, then that would have made more sense. Like, oh, wait a minute, could the Usos really get breaking up from the bloodline? But you know they're not, because now RK Bro's on Raw. So it's like y'all kind of pitch yourselves in the foot with that one. But overall, it's still a thumbs up show.
Ain't no way I'm taking Corbin and other dude.
Mocap Ross.
Yeah, I'm not. Why would? Oh, all right.
So I mean, obviously, I think
he talking about. He said, "Tell him a joke." He said, "I got 2 short ones and a long one." Joke. I said, "Oh my God, fire him, please!"
Yeah, fire him immediately. This is just stupid.
Okay, you missed the other one.
I ain't missed nothing.
You missed the. What did he say? He said the boot scooting.
Oh yeah, he said, "Oh damn, get y'all something, y'all boots scooting." Trick Williams on NXT 2.0.
Oh, don't get me started on Trick. That God.
Don't get your boots scooting.
That guy don't let him touch a mic ever. I try not to knock down my black brothers, but please don't give him a mic.
No Trick. So yeah, SmackDown gets a thumbs up for me. What about you, Q?
I'll give it a thumbs up.
Yeah,
I wasn't too mad at it. Mostly what confused me was like just the people they were picking, because they were in pretty prominent stories. But then they cleared it up by saying, well, none of this happens until after Crown Jewel, basically. So Hit Row got time to finish up what they had to do before that group inevitably dies. Yeah.
I'm getting all the Hit Row merchandise now. Hit Row merchandise now. Come Monday, I think that's when we see, Apollo, Bobby, Nakamura, and all them people get drafted. Because you do need some names that, and Kevin Owens and Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins. You do need some names to help sell the other show also. So, and since it's only 4 rounds on SmackDown, it's probably going to be 6 rounds on Raw, because it's going to be an extra hour of Raw. So, curious to see how they're going to do that. And Raw probably will get the first pick. I don't know how shit going to go, but yeah. So, I'm just going to be curious. So, stay tuned for all that, guys. Post any comments down below how you guys enjoy SmackDown night 1 of the draft. Hit the like button if you guys enjoyed our review. Hit the subscribe button for more WWE content right here on NC Studios. So, once again, this is NC and Place to be Chum Train, Mr. A&D. Not Deion Sanders in primetime.
All right.
And the man, the myth, the reality, the revolutionary Q Flow for the rookie.
Y'all know where to find me, right at the table.
And
under the table.
the Nerd Coalition is out.